Hi everybody, welcome to the 80s Fantasy Film Club, where we celebrate the very best of 80s fantasy films, whether you're an 80s baby or not. Frankly, we can't all be, can we? I'm Josh Winning. I am the author of The Shadow Glass, which is published by Titan Books and is my nostalgic 80s fantasy about the son of a movie director who goes on a quest with the puppets from his father's failed 80s fantasy film. This week I'll be joined by three special guests who are going down the bunny hole with me to discuss Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which is the 1988 classic starring Bob Hoskins and a little guy called Roger. So I'm now going to attempt to add in my guests. So let's see if I can do this. Just bear with me. Let's accept.
Hello.
Dustin, hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Doing great.
Good to see you. Dawn, hello.
Hi.
Hey, Dawn.
Hi. How are you? Very well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Fantastic.
Awesome. Let me just see if I can get Shelley added in as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure if she's in here. Okay.
Hiya.
Hooray!
I'm sorry I didn't dress up. I don't have any bunny ears.
Roger, what are you doing in the chat?
Just thought I'd make an appearance.
You look so good.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Oh,
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me for the Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie chat. I will introduce my guests. So I'm going to go from top down. So from my screen, I have Dustin Holden.
Hey, you are pointing at me. That's awesome. That's the first time we've matched up. All right.
Dustin is the host of the podcast Dustin Can Read and Watch. He just watched Earth Girls Are Easy for the first time today. He's never seen The Princess Bride, but he loves Clue.
I love Clue.
Next up, I have Dawn 𝐼𝐸𝐾𝐝. Is that right?
Yes, that's
amazing. Dawn is the author of YA horror books, The Dead House and Teeth in the Mist. And her favourite 80s horror movie is John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, which she saw on a TV rerun when she was aged 5 years old. And apparently that explains a lot. Welcome. And then we have Shelley, who's over there. Shelley Toy is the host of Tales of Point Horror Book Club. Rumour has it that she used to recreate the opening sequence from Adventures in Babysitting, and that resulted in her breaking her bed.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was younger, obviously not now. Although I'd like to try. Not break the bed.
That's another IG.
That's another
Let's move on.
I'm not doing that.
I was just thinking that Shelley looks like Roger and Dawn's over here with the red hair. They just look like the perfect couple right now.
Oh, Dawn!
You guys are made for each other. Do a heart.
Oh, I can't do a heart. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let me take you back to Hollywood, 1947. Detective Eddie Vallant, played by Bob Hoskins, is drafted in by a studio executive to find out if the wife of Roger Rabbit is cheating on him. But when a rival studio head is found murdered, Roger becomes the prime suspect and begs Eddie for help. With Judge Doom, played by Christopher Lloyd, out for blood and with a van full of dib, can Eddie set aside his hatred of toons and root out the real murderer? So I'm going to dive in with the questions, and I'm going to start with Dustin because you are the top of my screen. When did you first see Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and has your opinion of it changed since then?
Well, okay, I forgot to look and see, when did Roger Rabbit come out? Because it was 88 or 89?
It was 88, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater or the cinema in 88 when it came out. I think probably opening weekend.
Amazing.
Yeah. My I tweeted about this when we did the live tweets, but I'll delve into a little more. My brother was grounded for something inexplicable he did, I'm sure, but my parents made him take me to see the movie, and he was just like this the entire time.
How is that
Just
possible?
mad and mean mugging it and everything, just not happy. I was laughing, just because I was probably about 7 years old when this came out, and it was perfect, audience for it, and loved it so much, and I still love it today, though probably for different reasons. Back then I was like, oh my gosh, cartoons and people interacting. Now we've seen that so many times that it does nothing to me, but it's still fun to spot the little jokes and whatnot that I didn't see when I was a kid. And, just like you would with any cartoon, you're like, oh my God, how did they keep that in there? Especially like Looney Tunes and whatnot. You're like, how did they keep this in here for kids,
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, that's what my experience was.
Amazing. I love that you saw it in the cinema.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How about you, Dawn? When's the first time you saw the film?
I wish I'd seen it in the cinema. I was born at the very end of 86. So I probably saw it sometime in the 90s on TV. And again, wowed by, toons interacting with people. And I didn't understand why that wasn't a thing in real life.
I know.
We all wanted it.
Yeah, it went over my head though. I didn't realize until I watched it again as an adult how adult friendly it is, shall we say.
Absolutely. Do you remember on the end of Disney DVDs, they used to have an advert for Disney World, and it would always show people interacting with like Dumbo and like Little Mermaid and stuff.
I remember that.
And as a kid, I was like, oh my God, you get to go to Disneyland and you get to meet like flying cartoons and stuff. And,
Yeah, the promos.
oh, no,
Yeah.
Heartbroken when I didn't get to go to Disneyland anyway, but also
I've been to Disney World 5
times.
times.
Oh my God.
My
Yeah.
dream.
I suppose you live a bit nearer than everybody.
I am, Florida is right. Like, it's only a few states over from me, so.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, okay. Shelley, how about...
Spoiled if we'd gone and not found Toon interacting
I
with
know. I would have been absolutely gutted. I really would have.
I would
be.
I.
Make it happen. If all the things Hollywood can do, why can't they make that happen?
Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holograms, that's all we need.
I know.
At least.
Yeah.
Another lie, like Father Christmas all over again. Kids have a raw deal.
They really do, absolutely. But at least the 80s were there to sort of expose all this to us. Shelley, when was the first time you saw it?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough, I saw it at the cinema as well when it came out, because me and my mum kind of had this tradition during like school holidays that she'd always take me to see a film. I was very lucky. Always took me to see a film at the cinema like every holiday, and like our local cinema would play like old films as well as like new films. So I got to see like Fox and the Hound at the cinema as well, because they used to like play like repeats of like Disney films. So yeah, so I actually saw it at the cinema, and I'd remember it so vividly as well, because it was like one of the first films that I saw at the cinema. So I would have been about 7 or 8, I think, and I just remember being mesmerised. And the cinema where we were, the main screen was the one you wanted to be in, the screen one, because it was like the biggest screen ever, and like as a kid it would be like even bigger, but we were in the screen one, and it was just mesmerising, and I was just captivated by like this cartoon and live action, and I just loved it. And I just love Roger Rabbit.
You
I love
guys,
it.
see, Dustin and Shelley got the full Roger Rabbit experience, whereas me and Dawn stuck to TV.
Well, what can you do?
I think I was 5 when I would have been 4 and a bit, maybe 5 when the film came out. So I think my first experience was probably on TV. So I'm pretty sure we had it taped off TV with like a sticker, with it written on the side.
Oh,
but
I love that.
no memory of the first watch, sadly. I've got the worst memory. I really feel like my brain didn't start recording anything until like 1999, maybe. Like, that's when the record suddenly clicked in.
You get to a certain point, you just have like flashes of memory, like a picture
Yeah.
of something happening. Yeah, it's sad.
I was definitely scared of Eddie Vallant, Bob Hoskins. I think because he was always like yanking Roger around by his ears. And he was like a bit of a grumpy sort of guy, you know. I didn't really get the fact that he was meant to be like a film noir detective at all. So yeah, I was a bit scared of him. Obviously not as scared as Judge Doom, but
I was going to say,
you
scared
know.
of Judge Doom.
Yeah.
A vat of acid for me, though, and I think some
Oh yeah.
that with the melting shoe that terrified me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Even now, it looks so disgusting. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
You feel every moment of that scene, don't you?
I
Just with
know.
the shoe.
And did anybody else like have the like where you didn't realize that Christopher Lloyd was Judge Doom and he was also Doc from Back to the Future?
Yeah.
And you're like, because they're such different characters, you didn't
So
even put them
different.
together.
It was those teeth.
Yeah.
The teeth.
And the eyes.
Yeah.
That too. I love it. I just love it. And it's like, when I killed your brother, I did it.
Remember me, Eddie? I talk just like this.
Oh my life, that was such a good impression.
Oh, this movie. Every single time I watch, I notice something new about Judge Doom. Like this time I noticed the white line that he has. So to give him a jawline, which I've never noticed before.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
You know,
his cape kept flapping no matter where he was.
I noticed more that I was like, why is he having to stick his hand in a glove? Like when I was a kid, I didn't think about that. Why is his hand in the glove? And then afterwards you think, oh, that's why.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, I've only just clicked that.
Because it shouldn't have bothered like regular people as much. I mean, I'm sure it's not great, but it's like paint thinner and whatnot, and it's probably bad for you. But at the same time, it shouldn't have bothered your skin as much, I guess. But
yeah,
I've never clicked about the glove thing. Like, I know that sounds like really like stupid, but I've never thought of that before. I'm
it's
learning
okay,
new
Shelley.
things.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's the rabbit ears. They're just sucking the brain waves right out of you.
I don't think it's the rabbit ears.
Okay, so 80s fantasy films. There are so many different types. You've got the fairy tales. You've got the sci-fis. How do you think Roger Rabbit kind of compares to other 80s fantasy films? Let's start with Dawn.
Do you know what? I was trying to think of what 80s fantasy films I've watched, and I can't come up with any because I never watched Willow. I never watched Labyrinth. I know, God, I've been told off by Kat.
What? What? Hang on, stop. You've
Leave
this chat right now. You go home. You do your homework and then you come back.
I really watch horror, 80s horror, and I'm good. I feel like I need to catch up on all the fantasy. So, I can't answer this one. So I'm going to pass it to you guys.
Fine. We're all welcome. You know, we are all students of 80s fantasy, and it just takes some of us a bit longer than others. And it's fine.
Never Ending Story, my favorite film of all time as a child. So, yeah, totally different to that.
Yeah, totally different. Shelley, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that comparison-wise, I think for its time, like Roger Rabbit obviously stood out. It was different from other fantasy films that I'd seen before, like obviously different, like Labyrinth and Never Ending Story. And it was almost like, this sounds really weird, but it's almost like you've got like the good puppetry in those films, and then all of a sudden it was like the puppetry had come to life in a film. And I know that sounds weird because you've got all this animation and stuff, but because they were interacting with the the live action and stuff, I was just remember being blown away. And just I think it compares well to other fantasy films, if not maybe a bit better.
Maybe. Do say
only
more.
Because I just think it took it to the next level is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a late 80s film, isn't it? Because the technology has reached a certain threshold, I guess, where
Mm.
they could do stuff that looked fantastic. Like I think the director Robert Zemeckis, he'd been told that if you were going to have an animated character in a live action film, you weren't allowed to move the camera. And he was like, oh,
Oh.
I don't accept that. I think that's just lazy. So he basically said, I'm going to shoot my movie how I want to make it, and then the animators can worry about how to fit in the cartoon.
I like
Screw the
that.
animators. Yeah.
But can you imagine if Roger Rabbit was like a puppet? Like it would have a different feel to it, wouldn't it? It wouldn't
Yeah.
feel the same, I don't think. Even though I do love like films with puppets, but I just think it wouldn't work for Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, do it as it does now.
It would have felt like a Muppet movie.
Absolutely.
And which it would have been fun, but it wouldn't have had the same impact at all, I don't think.
Yeah. I think, I guess it's kind of that the shock and awe of the fact that they are interacting together so believably. You know, Bob Hoskins, the way that he interacts with this thing, a lot of the time he wasn't even using anything. He was just gesturing and using his own body. It's like when he gets slapped by Jessica Rabbit, that is like, what? How did you do that? It's incredible. Okay, so there's a place in the film called Toontown, which is just on the other side of Hollywood, I guess. And it's just made out, it's just a cartoon town. So I wondered, would you ever want to visit Toontown? Let's start with Dustin.
No. Surprisingly. I would rather be in Hollywood land, whatever at that time that's what it was called, or LA with toons there than actually be in a world full of toons. It would feel like an acid trip. And because, I mean, the buildings have faces. You know, the buildings have faces in Toontown. So I wouldn't want that. And plus, I would be afraid that something, even by accident, like a piano being dropped on my head because a toon thought, oh, well, he'll just come back from that because toons can. But no, we're real life people. We can't do that. So that kind of stuff I feel like would happen, you know, or I don't want to be hunted down by some crazy ass wannabe like Jessica Rabbit's like doppelganger. Oh, man! You know, and coming after me, trying to smother me with kisses. That would freak me out too. So I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, Shelley.
I'm worried now because I think I would like to, as long as I got that entrance as you know, as I drove in or walked in, you know, the smile. But I would like to visit Toontown. Although Dustin does put up a good argument that it might be a bit scary at times, but no, I think I'd like it. And like, but if I was a toon, I would be like that woman that goes, "My man."
You totally would be.
But would you want to be a cartoon, or would you be Shelley as like as a live action person?
I want to be a cartoon.
Oh, if I was a cartoon, I'd probably be fine with it.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Can you imagine? Can you imagine me as a cartoon? Oh, that would be hilarious.
I can. It'd be great. I'd love it. You'd have like books everywhere. And...
I'd be the most irritating cartoon ever. I'd get cancelled and like after one season.
Dawn, would you want to visit Toontown?
1000% yes, I would go, cartoon or otherwise. But also because I feel like Toontown is kinder to females. Possibly because I'm seeing like frolicking in the meadows with the little bunny rabbits like Snow White rather than having a piano dropped on me, because I feel like it's not as funny when it's dropped on a woman for some reason.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Now that you say it, I just laughed. So it might be.
Dustin thinks it would be perfect.
I mean, when he took the road and threw it into the wall and she goes bam right into the wall, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's something I totally would do as well. Like, I'd just fall for that.
Okay, so what was that, Dawn? I didn't catch that.
Oh, I wanted to ride in the taxi.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
I would love
my driving.
I think I actually tried that when I was a kid. I was trying to stick up my thumb to see if Benny would show up and take me somewhere. It was sad. I had such a wild imagination.
Well, I personally would never ever want to go anywhere near Toontown. I think I would be more like Judge Doom, trying to like absolutely steamroll the place, because it is a place of nightmares. It just looks like absolute chaos. And like Dustin said, the buildings have faces. What is that all about? I don't.
They're so cute.
Would you walk into their mouth to get into the building? That's not okay.
Are they eating you? Are you being digested? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it made me feel really sick as a child, and it makes me feel even sicker as a grown-up. So, no thanks. No thanks. No Toontown for me. Okay, so it's, how old is it now? Like, it's coming up for 25, 35?
Yeah, should be 25 years. Oh, no, 35.
35 years.
35, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think that the film has aged well, and what are some of the jokes that kind of went over your head as a child, and maybe now you're surprised to see them? Let's start with Dawn.
There's so many, but the one that jumps out at me was the booby trap. Love that. I watched it a couple of weeks ago, and I kept going like, God, this is a kid's film, and I'm like surprised. Yeah. Do you know what? I think some of them are still going over my head just because they're contemporaneous with the time, and maybe I'm not aware. One thing I do know is Kathleen Turner's voice when I first watched it sounded sultry to me, but now because I've seen her as a mum, I associate her with playing mum characters like in The Virgin Suicide. Every time I watch Jessica, it sounds like a mum to me. It's so bizarre.
That's weird, yeah. Or like Serial Mom. Isn't she Serial Mom?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not this sexy rabbit anymore.
The weird jump in time.
I feel the same way, having watched both Friends, where she plays Chandler's. I mean, they say dad, but she's not the dad, is she really? And in Romancing the Stone, obviously. So it's like there's a really weird jarring between the visual of Jessica Rabbit and the actor.
Got such a recognizable voice. You know it's. Yeah, it was odd. It was a weird time displacement for me.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I think it's aged really well, actually.
Yeah. What about you, Shelley? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's aged pretty well. Like, you know, like sometimes when you watch some old films and some of the jokes just don't quite cut it, or like there's something not right. But I didn't notice really anything of that, and I think it's aged really, really well. And I think when I was younger, I would probably say like the detective noir stuff would have just gone completely over my head. Like that wouldn't have meant anything to me. And then like there's like little jokes like when I think Eddie's got Roger in his like coat, and he goes into the bar and he like pushes it down, and then Dolores is like, "Is that a rabbit in your coat, or are you pleased to see me?" Like that would just have gone over my head as a child, but as an adult that's hilarious. I like smutty jokes, but like do you know what I mean? It's like
Shelley is a freak, y'all. She is a freak.
But like little things like that.
Shelley didn't know that we were doing Roger Rabbit today. That's just
what she likes to wear in her off time.
Just wear this naturally. This is my natural look. It's just a happy coincidence.
Playboy bunny. There you go.
Oh dear. But yeah, like stuff like that. And obviously the patty cake implication of what it's meant to be.
You know, I don't know why it never hit me in that patty cake scene, and you hear them and they're just like, patty cake. Like the up and you're like, what is going on with this patty cake? Like, what does this do for them? Like, are there like sex organs on their hands? Like, what's going on?
I think when I was younger, I would have gone, "Can I play patty cake?" Without obviously realising the implications. So I think like stuff like that. But I think it has aged well.
Yeah, I like it. I think it aged really well. I was trying to pay attention to see like if there were any mess ups, because I like to look for that stuff after a while, like if they're going to mess up something. And I didn't really see much. You know, it was new. It was a new technology, what they were trying to do. you know, with the animation, with the film. And they've done that before, but like with Mary Poppins and for, you know, a lot of things. But like you said, it was always a still camera frame, and they just kind of put stuff in on top of it. And this one, they were actually moving with the camera, which I thought was awesome. And of course, you know, like you said, the jokes and the humor. And I didn't realize Bob Hoskins was nearly as hairy as he was back in the day.
Like a Robin Williams effect. Where it's
oh
like,
my God, yes. So it was like they should have played brothers at some point. But and then there were a lot of references to his like drinking problem that I didn't really catch, you know, like growing up. Like when Roger sees the brother's picture on the desk, he was like, well, he looks like a very nice and sober fellow, you know. And you know, stuff I wouldn't have caught on to as a kid. So, yeah, I thought that kind of stuff really was good. I liked it.
Yeah. And there was obviously the Baby Herman scenes as well.
Yeah.
Like, that would have just gone way over my head with the...
Did he have a 40-year-old lust and a 3-year-old dinky? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, but that's just
that's actually really still close to the line.
Guts when he walks underneath her. Sorry, toots.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
so funny. I love it. I think because it's a pastiche of a genre, and because it's clashing two completely different things, it almost feels completely ageless. Like it feels both modern and old at the same time. So it's like when I was a kid and I used to watch films set. Like I was always really confused about Grease when I was a kid. Because it was made in the 70s, but it was set in the 50s, was it?
Yeah, the late 50s.
As a kid, I was just like, I don't understand that. It just didn't make sense in my mind what that meant. So I think maybe there's the same sort of like clever disconnect with Roger Rabbit, where it could be from any time, basically. You have no idea. It's very clever.
Because of the noirness of it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that line. One of my favorite lines that I never got as a kid, but now I do, is when Eddie says, I'll have a whiskey on the rocks, and I mean ice. And when they bring him his drink, it has rocks in it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I never would have got that as a kid.
Yeah, it's
Definitely
just brilliant. Okay, so let's go. We've briefly mentioned Jessica Rabbit, but let's go back to her because I think she's quite an interesting character in the film. Do you think that she feels like a three-dimensional character, even though she's a cartoon? Let's start with Shelley.
Yeah, I do. I think she is three-dimensional because I think they gave her a personality. They gave her a backstory and this love for Roger. They really put a lot of effort into her character, so that she wasn't just drawn that way. Do you know what I mean? They put in a lot of effort into her, and I just think that they were very clever with it. I think that they knew what they were doing. They didn't just want to make this character this like sexy woman. They wanted to give her a bit of depth, and she was clever, and you know, she basically works out what's going on, doesn't she? Really. But I think she's. I love her. I think she's great.
Awesome. What do you think, Dawn?
Yeah, I agree. I liked how they played with tropes and red herrings with her. You know, is she the bad guy? Is she the good guy? Is she wax thingy over the head? And then I liked that I couldn't predict her. She was more complicated than just the boobs.
Totally.
I liked how they played with that. I didn't know what to think about her when I first saw it. I didn't know if she was, you know, the bad guy or. So yeah, three-dimensional, surprising.
Yeah. What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah. Sorry, my screen froze for a second. But anyway, so yeah, they definitely set her up as the two-dimensional noir femme fatale type character where you're like, whatever, they're just going to get rid of her. She's going to be a red herring, in which, you know, she kind of is, but they really give her the three-dimensional thing in like especially a couple scenes, like when he asks her, you know, what do you see in him? What do you see in Roger? And she was like, he makes me laugh. And you're like, oh, so she has a personality. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he makes me laugh. And then when she freaks out, oh my God, it's the dad! You know, just like she's got a fear. You know what I mean? Like, there's more to her than just this sexy body and the singing, showgirl type person, which I really like that. I like how they bring her in, and I can't help that dip thing. And that thing gets me every single time. It's the dad!
And it's the shot that they do with that as well. They kind of change the way she looks when they do it.
Her eyes go huge. Yeah. Oh my God.
And she can cook carrot cake, and carrot cake's my favourite. So
why not? Well, of course it is.
Especially today.
Yeah, especially today.
And you notice, like, her outfit was probably the most three-dimensional because it had the sparkles and everything. It looked a little more 3D CGI looking in a way, even though it was, obviously 2D. But it kind of had that, someone could take that off and put that on an actual human and it would look the same almost,
Yeah, definitely. Like the way she moves around, she is actually almost like a three-dimensional figure, even though she's drawn that way.
Yeah,
like Shelley said.
But I don't know whether I thought I read ages ago that originally in the original script she was actually going to be the baddie, the villain. I don't know where I read that or if that's true, but I'm so glad they didn't do that because I just think they gave her depth by not doing that.
Yeah. Well, it's like what Dawn said. She was like the femme fatale. And she kind of played into that trope massively. Like you have the scene, obviously, where she's a lounge singer and she's very sultry. And then she goes to visit Eddie in the office and it's like kind of begging for help, but also sort of like making demands. And like she's kind of weirdly the one in control of the situation, which is very femme fatale kind of setup. But then she's also doing her own thing. Like she's running around town as well, figuring stuff out
with a frying pan.
I wonder if like the reason why maybe she was different in the book that it's based on, which is Who Censored Roger Rabbit. I wonder if that was a whole different story. Like, Disney and especially studios love to change storylines completely and just take elements and make their own thing out of it. So I wonder if it's the same story exactly or if there's a lot of difference in it.
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
Have you guys read the story? I haven't. I didn't even know.
No.
I've read the Wikipedia page about it, and it's actually Roger Rabbit dies at the start of the book.
What?
So it's completely different storyline.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
that
not
is
about
different.
Yeah, completely different. It's crazy.
Imagine that.
So one of the great things I love about this film is the fact that you could potentially die from laughing if you're a toon, which I just think is hilarious in itself. So there's some great moments where Judge Doom is like, "Stop that laughing," and all of that, because his lackeys are basically going to die from laughing so much.
Who wouldn't want to die laughing? I'm sorry.
If it worked for that guy in Mary Poppins.
Well, we'd be on the ceiling laughing and dying, but, and then we just go, bam.
I think the weasels ripped my laugh off because I feel like I laugh like them, but anyway.
Somebody commented on the live watch that if it was made later, that the weasels would be the hyenas from The Lion King.
Yeah. The reference made something about their friends, the hyenas, at one point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
My head.
Because when was Lion King? 92, 93?
Something like that. 93, 94 maybe. But yeah.
Yeah, 94, I think. Yeah.
I'm so glad they weren't hyenas, though. I'm glad they were weasels.
I like the
Yeah. They kind of had to be weasels, didn't they?
Yeah.
So what would make you die laughing? Let's start with Dawn.
Anything. God, I laugh way too much. I'm just ridiculous that way. I laugh until I cry. I've peed myself laughing. So I find anything, but I particularly anything slapstick, any kind of prank. God, I'd be dead already if that was a thing.
Yeah. So anything Roger did, basically, you would be dead within seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't survive.
Brilliant. What about you, Dustin?
Probably either marijuana or because I would just die from it. It's almost happened a few times, I'm sure. But no, probably just misunderstandings in general. Just a comedy of errors type situations would probably, very, I want to say, Neil Simon type things where, just misunderstandings and this happens this way and you think this is happening and very sitcom like type stuff that usually gets me. I don't know what it.
I like kind
Stuff
of like
that happens in real life, though. Sitcom situations in real life are what make me laugh. I don't know.
Okay. So are you thinking like Frasier style sort of misunderstandings? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, kind of. Well, I don't know about Frasier, but I'm more of a Friends type of guy.
Oh, okay.
A little more Friends, a little more Big Bang Theory. That's who I am. That's my bag. But
Okay, cool. I like it. I like it. What about you, Shelley? What would make you die laughing?
Oh gosh, so much. I'm always laughing. Like I laugh at everything. I like stupid, like slapstick. Like, no, do you know what gets me? Like funny kind of faces, like with slapstick comedy. So like the one time that I actually nearly did die laughing was when there was an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they do these Halloween heists.
Oh yeah.
And I can't remember whether it was the first one or the second one, but they're doing this heist, and I think Holt is like trying to guard this safe, and he just does this face, and I don't know why I found it so funny, but I actually nearly died laughing because I was laughing for a good half hour. Had to pause it because I just couldn't deal with it.
Amazing.
So like anything like that.
I
So
think
really
Holt
anything.
in particular is just so funny.
Do you ever do
Yeah.
You see something funny and then you keep rewinding it to watch?
Oh yeah.
You just wind yourself up.
With Legally Blonde, the bit where Elle goes up to the board to find out if she's been picked to be like on the whatever it is, like internship thing, and she turns around and she just goes, "Me." I've been around that about 10 times.
I think your face made that the most there, Josh.
I think we'd all be goners, I think we would I think we'd be goners because we just laugh at everything, don't we?
Oh, we just see the joy in the world. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. For me, though, I do find it disproportionately funny when somebody trips over. I know it's really mean, but if somebody trips,
especially if they're a jerk. If they're a jerk and it happens to him, it's like, you had it coming.
You had it coming. Yeah. Okay, we've got a couple more questions. Were there any cartoon characters? Because there's freaking tons of cartoon characters in this film, particularly in that final scene where Toontown spills into the warehouse, and you basically have this like big old toon jamboree going on. So did you spot any toons in the background or around the film that you wanted to see more of? Let's start with Dustin.
There were a couple that when I was watching, I saw there were obviously it was mostly going to be Disney characters, but they had a few like Woody Woodpecker was there, and I would love to have seen a little bit more of Betty Boop. Maybe Betty Boop interacting with Jessica Rabbit a little bit, like their sisterly type of camaraderie. That would have been good. She's like jealous over Roger. What was it? She was, what a lucky girl.
What a lucky girl.
And my mom used to make me laugh with Betty Boop. She used to do Betty Boop impressions when I was a kid. And that made me laugh. Like, she was like, boop, 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 that kind of thing. I would have liked to have seen more interaction with Disney and Warner Brothers characters like they did with Bugs and Mickey and Daffy and Donald and a few other ones sprinkled. I would have liked to have seen a little more interaction amongst the different studio characters. I thought that was really cool and very meta, especially when a time when you didn't know what meta was, but that's what it was. And I thought that would have been really neat.
Wasn't there a rule? When Disney only give certain characters,
they had to have the same screen time?
Yeah, it was really
same air time.
Goodness sake. People.
So petty.
How about you, Dawn? Were there any characters that you wanted to see more of?
I was going to say Betty Boop for sure. I loved seeing Daffy. Oh, it made me so happy. Doll, folks. That was cool. Dumbo. He was my thing as a kid, Dumbo. So seeing him out the window of the peanuts was fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Shelley?
Oh, so I wanted to know more about Goofy and these spy charges that we saw like on the newspaper. Like, there's a whole story there.
That sounds like a very communist blacklist situation going on.
Yeah, totally. Like the Trumbo situation.
Yeah, so I think I would have liked to have seen more Goofy, and like obviously I like him anyway, Goofy. But you know, just on a side note, I really wanted a spin-off of the possum. What was it called? The pistol packing possum.
Yeah.
Which was like a poster, wasn't it, on the wall of the office?
Yeah.
And then also,
I must have missed that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks so cool as well. It's like I want that cartoon, but and also, you know, when they do that desk scene as well, where you see the newspaper clip of Goofy. There's also, I've never noticed it before until this watch, but there's a picture of Eddie and his brother with their dad when he's younger, and it says Barnum Boys on there, and I'm like, ooh.
This is a prequel to The Greatest Showman.
Ooh.
A sequel to The Greatest Showman.
So so there's a couple of things that intrigued me that I picked up this time that I'd like to know more about. Or see more about, definitely.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like subsequent animated characters that we've had since 1988 and who I would actually want to see sort of represented in the film. Can you think of anybody? Say that again. Tarzan.
Yeah, that'd be fun. The gorillas from Tarzan, that'd be fun.
Yes.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Can you imagine?
What would you know if Pixar characters were in there? Because they're like a whole other dimension.
How would they in there?
Yeah.
Up dying on the sidewalk. Terrible. I need to me down. God, that got dark.
The horror author, everybody.
Would be interesting.
Okay, so my final question is, we've decided 35 something-ish years. Do you want a sequel? Do we need a sequel? And if there was a sequel, what would you want from it? Let's start with Dustin.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it really needs one, but if you were going to do one, you can do one, and it can still take place today. But if I was thinking about this and I was like, wait a minute, the new Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie is kind of like a sequel to this because Roger Rabbit is in it.
Is he?
Yeah, and if you watch the trailer, they're talking about how they were in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And they said, remember we used to hang out at the club, and it shows like MC Scat Cat, the one who did Opposites Attract with Paula Abdul. He's on the turntable. And they said, we did the Roger Rabbit with Roger Rabbit. And it shows Roger Rabbit doing the dance. And I'm like, so it's a meta film, just like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where toons exist in the human world as well. Except Chip and Dale had the voices of John Mulaney and Andy Samberg when they're not speaking up high voices for the cartoon. Yeah. And yeah, there's a new Chip and Dale movie, Karen.
Yeah,
yeah,
me as well.
Yeah, it just released the trailer for it this a little while, like a few days back, maybe a week ago, and it looks it's all about them. And the funny thing is, like Dale shows up and he goes, "You look different," and Dale goes, "Yeah, I had the CGI surgery done." So he's 3-dimensional, and Chip is still 2D, and they're still doing this movie together, trying to get their show back, and that's what the movie's about, is them trying to get the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers back on.
Wow,
that sounds amazing.
So that's why I was like, this is kind of like a sequel in a way.
I've seen the trailer, and it does look really good, but I didn't pick up that Roger Rabbit reference, you know.
Go back and watch it, you'll see.
Yeah. I'm going to go watch it after this.
Jeez. Okay, so Dawn, would you want a sequel, and what would you want from it?
Well, I was going to say only to see what we could do with technology now, but now that we've got the new Chip and Dale, like, no, I'm satisfied.
That's all we need.
Full CGI, because she's my crush. And Betty Boop.
There are so many weird, like, animated memes that are on the internet of Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. Like, there's one where they're dressed up as like mermaids or something.
Yeah, I don't get
It's
it.
so weird.
I don't understand.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Shelley, how about you? Do we need / want a sequel?
I would want a sequel, but I just think it's just a moment in time that's just captured and it's just perfect. So if they did a sequel, I think it would ruin it. So I would want one, but I don't think that they should do one. I just want one for my own personal benefit because I love Roger Rabbit so much. But I just and nowadays as well, with the CGI is so different, they just wouldn't capture the way I haven't seen what it looks like in the Chip and Dale trailer, but I don't think they've captured just that essence of what he looks like you know, back in the 80s. So part of me says yeah, but then no, because it's just so special. They shouldn't mess around. No.
I think there's something really magical about the fact that it was made in the 80s as well, because if they did it now, you just kind of shrug and go, yeah. I mean,
it wouldn't have that impact.
You can do anything now.
Yeah.
So if you can do anything.
Back then, it was so rare. Now it wouldn't be anything special. It was a particular moment.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, oh my God, how did they do that? And if you watch, there's on Disney Plus, other streaming services are available. There is a documentary that shows how they made Roger Rabbit, and actually it makes it more amazing because they built little mechanical things that did certain actions that they then obviously painted the animation over. But it's just like that. I can't believe that's how they did it. It's absolutely astonishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, go and watch that if you can.
I'll tell you what I would like though, like a TV series of the cartoon, the Roger and the baby Herman.
Oh,
just
no.
like
It's too stressful.
I'd love it.
That opening
How big was that kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was massive, that
I know.
kitchen.
It was huge. It just kept
It's like
going.
a
I was like,
house.
where does this kitchen end?
Chessboard floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those
I kind of like the idea.
Eyes flying towards him. Terrifying.
Yeah. No, I kind of like the idea of Roger and Jessica and all of them, like just showing up in other people's things. Like they've had their moment. Now you can see them every so often in something else. But I do like I was saying, the Chip and Dale idea in that there's other stories that can be told in this metaverse of cartoon and human existence. And they are still 2D, by the way, from what I saw. They are still 2D. They're not 3D.
Yeah.
They're just in a 3D world, obviously. But I think that would be really neat how if they keep doing that with them, and maybe even put their own shorts every so often. But
yeah, I feel like they could probably do something similar to the way that the Muppets put the Muppets in old different stories, like they did, like Christmas Carol, obviously. Then they did Treasure Island, and they're like completely different genres, but they have the Muppets in, you know, those different genres. So they could do a similar thing where the sequel wouldn't necessarily be a film noir. It could be a sci-fi, it could be an action movie. They could just shake it up that way, I guess.
yeah,
It's not necessary, but
I can see that.
Yeah.
they could do.
Yeah. But it's like they're remaking Howard the Duck, aren't they? I think.
Are they?
And like I thought I'd read it. I might have dreamed it. That does happen. But in my dreams of Howard the Duck. But
because he was in the Marvel films.
Yeah, but he didn't look the same. It was like, no.
He looks like a CGI duck.
But he looks the same as he does in the comics. He looks a little closer to the does in the comics.
Yeah. But if I grew up with that dodgy Howard the Duck film, and that's just scarred on my memory. So anything that looks any different from what I remember.
Yeah, same.
No?
No, he's not meant to look like a duck. He's meant to look like an alien puppet thing.
Yeah.
They might bring him back more because I know at some point in the comics he works with She-Hulk because she's a lawyer and he's a
I'm
PI.
sure.
So he
I'm
works
sure
with her
I read.
more.
She-Hulk,
The series.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, like, if anyone's watching this and I've lied, but
Fact check, Shelley.
I'm sure that I read it somewhere. But again, I do sometimes, like, obviously fantasize about Howard the Duck, so I might have made it up.
But you're a bunny, Shelley. No.
Oh, Shelley.
Bunny and a duck.
Karen says, I also need the Alf the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't returned from. He's just like still in the 80s, isn't he?
Yeah, they made like Project Alf where Alf got, or something like that, and he got abducted. That's how they closed out the series, and he got abducted by the government and was going to be dissected, and then he's trying to get away. But that was it. I think they should just reboot Alf altogether, start over again. Keep the same puppet, though. It shouldn't be CGI or anything. It should be a puppet person or a person in a suit. Keep that because that was just funny and campy. Keep it. I think that'd be awesome. But other than that, they could the writing could do a bit of a upward turn. But
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me to talk about Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Tell our watchers, viewers, listeners where they can find you on the internet. Let's start with Dawn.
I'm everywhere under Dawn 𝐼𝐴 and also on YouTube as Writerholic DK, where I mostly just post bullet journal planning videos. But yeah, Dawn 𝐼𝐴 everywhere online.
Awesome. Shelley, where can we find you?
Yeah, so I'm normally on Instagram a lot, so Shelley Toy on Instagram, or if you like point horror, then I'm on Tales Point Horror Book Club, or I'm Shelley Toy on Twitter as well. I'm normally everywhere. I'm like a nightmare, really.
You're like a bunny rabbit. You just pop up out of holes.
I have to say as well, I've got that exact same T-shirt that Dustin's wearing, and I almost put it on tonight, so that would have been really weird.
Oh, that really would have been weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Dustin from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Dustin, where can people find you?
You can find Dustin Can Read and Watch wherever podcasts are played, where I talk about YA books and television shows mainly, or you can find me here on Dustin Can Read, or on Twitter at Dustin_Holden. If you want to just chat along with me on Twitter, I'm on there all the time too.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. So the 80s Fantasy Film Club continues over on Twitter on Friday evening, where we'll watch another movie, which I'll announce tomorrow. And then we'll be back on Instagram Live in a couple of weeks to talk about another movie. So I'll hopefully see you then.
Yay!
Thank you so
having
much,
us,
guys.
Josh. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.
Go watch the Rescue Rangers trailer.